let's talk a little now about some of the traits of successful entrepreneurs. Now, these are important not just for offline business people, but for people who start a business online. And one of the biggest mistakes marketers make is they decide they're going to go into internet marketing and they don't treat it like a business. It's a bit of fun, a hobby, it's not taken seriously. And for some reason, and it's no big surprise, they don't actually make any money. And then what? They're upset and don't know what's happening. So, you need to really have these traits if you want to succeed in internet marketing. Now, the first one is tenacious. This is one of the big things for an entrepreneur. Think about any entrepreneur you know, and they're very tenacious, they're very stubborn, they're very determined, they don't give up very easily, they know what they want, and they're going to go for it regardless. But they're also quite decisive. You don't see entrepreneurs sitting there going, oh, well, should I do this? I don't know, should I do that? Oh, I don't know what to do. They make a decision. If it's right or wrong, doesn't matter. They make a decision and move on. And the reason being is they know that indecisiveness causes problems. It's better to make a decision and be wrong than to sit there and and ah about it for weeks on end. Make that decision and go for it 100%. And if it proves to be wrong, backtrack later on. Big entrepreneurs make mistakes. They make decisions that are wrong. There's some that lose millions, but they make it back again. They keep going. They change their approach. There's others that make huge mistakes and they lose all sorts, but they still make a decision and they recognize that if it's the wrong decision, they'll correct it. They'll sort it out. So always make sure you bear that in mind. Entrepreneurs are patient as well. They're in it for the long term, so they're not there to try and make $1 million overnight. They're there to build a business that is solid and builds income for years to come. You see these entrepreneurs, and for the first 2 or 3 years, they're not making any money. They're broke, they're destitute. They're living in their car, and then suddenly, 3 years down the line, suddenly they're worth like $300 million. Why is that? Because they've been patient. Yes, they know things are going to be tough for 2 or 3 years, but they then, they go through that tough period, they keep focused, they keep taking the right action and the effort, and then they succeed and they get there because they push through all the hard times. Now, you look at most self-made millionaires and they will have gone through this sort of thing. They will have had a lot of problems. Some will have lost their houses. I know some people sold everything they owned for their business and they pushed on and they made it work. So you've got to be patient and be in it for the long-term game. You've got to be focused as well. There's no good you running around from this to that to the other, because that's not going to get you anywhere. The successful entrepreneurs are those that pick something, they've got a business plan, they focus on it to the exclusion of everything else. They do not pay any attention to anything except that which gets them to their goals, and they are the ones that succeed. But they also take action. They don't sit there in their armchair in front of the television with Coke and pizza going, nah, I'll do it tomorrow. They do it then and there. Many successful entrepreneurs work 18 to 20 hours a day, if not longer, and they don't begrudge it. They don't complain about it and go, I can't believe I'm having to work all these hours. They just go, you know what, I need to do it. And they're focused. They know their goal. They're taking the action and they make it happen. Because, they really focus on what they're doing and make sure that the action they take gets them closer to their goal. So, they have a plan, they have their focus, and they keep that focus getting them to where they want to be. And again, this is important. They don't give up. They really, really just keep on going. Even when it all looks terrible, they've lost millions, their business is going under, they don't go, oh, I give up and walk off. They go, right, take the challenge and go for it and make it succeed. And that is one of the big traits of entrepreneurs. And it's the same online. You'll get times where suddenly something will happen and your earnings will disappear, your website's rankings will drop, or whatever might happen. And, you could be tempted to go, I can't be bothered, I've had enough. But no, you've done it once, you can do it again, and you focus and you make it happen. But they also learn from their mistakes. They make decisions based on advice of experts, but they learn from their mistakes. If they make a mistake, They will learn why did they make that mistake and how can they make sure that they don't do that mistake again. How can they make sure that they succeed next time? So again, very, very important lesson for you here. It really is. You know, learn from your mistakes. If you create a website that doesn't do very well, learn why it doesn't. Don't get emotionally attached to that website. If it's not going to make money, dump it, move on. Learn from your mistakes and make sure you don't repeat them again. It's only a fool that makes the same mistake twice, so don't be one. But the other thing, an entrepreneur isn't afraid to admit they're wrong. They're not one of these people that will keep ploughing down a path knowing it's leading to ultimate destruction and doom. They will admit that, hang on, I've made a mistake, stop, I've got to do something different. And they will make that happen, they will make that change. And they are willing to listen to advice from people that know more than they do. And because of that, they really, really do succeed. And you've got to be able to admit that you don't know everything and that you do need help. And when you do that and you get that help, you get that advice, you get those people helping you, and you take it, you're going to find that your business is going to explode, plain and simple. It really, really will. But the other key thing for an entrepreneur is they're willing to learn and to try new things. They're not just sat in the corner going, I don't want to try this, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do this. They try it, they give it a go. Kodak, for example, pretty much invented cameras. You know, think about them. The Instamatic camera, all this sort of thing. Absolute, you know, Kodak were a household name. Everyone had a Kodak camera. But you see, Kodak weren't really thinking with an entrepreneurial mindset. Kodak got to the digital age. They did really well. They half invented the digital camera. But then they sat there in their little houses and went, we don't want to get involved in digital photography, and just kept producing the same old cameras, and their market share plummeted. And now, sort of some years later, Kodak are in severe financial problems because they were not willing to embrace change and try new things. They decided that their Instamatic cameras, that was great, that was all they wanted, and they didn't move on. And because of it, they're now in serious problems, and there's a good chance that Kodak may well either be bought by a Japanese company or go under. So you've got to be willing to learn and try new things. You can't sit and keep doing things the same way every day in and day out, because it's not going to work for you. You know, things change, the internet changes, people changes, all of this changes, and you have to be willing to embrace it and use these new technologies because they can lead to massive, massive profits. However, be careful they don't distract you. Don't get caught up pursuing something just for the sake of it and realise it's taking you away from your actual goal. Now, the skills we described on the previous slide are skills that are really, really going to help you to succeed online. You don't need to have them, no. But those that succeed and make the most money online, they have these traits. If not all of them, the majority of them. Now, you may only have one or two of these traits, but if you're going to succeed, you're going to have more of them. You're going to have to develop these skills. And that's something you can do. These aren't things that you're born with, and if you don't have them, that's it. You've had it. You can't have them anymore. You know, get used to having a job and just being broke every month. No, you can develop these skills. Many people go into internet marketing. They don't make a lot of money, but they practice, they make mistakes, they learn, they develop these skills, and then suddenly the money just blossoms and it all goes well for them. So there's plenty of places you can learn these skills. There's plenty of self-help programs, personal help programs, hypnosis CDs, adult education courses and the like, where you can go and learn all of these skills. So, you know, very, very powerful, very good for you to do that. But most importantly, and I think this is perhaps the best piece of advice I can give you, is to stay focused. The temptation is you're focusing on building, say, a ClickBank site, and you hear someone mention Amazon, you go rushing off and start trying to build an Amazon site. Somebody mentions CPA, you go rushing off, go start trying to build a CPA site. Somebody mentions AdSense, you go rushing off, trying to make AdSense. A year's passed, where are you? Nowhere. No further along, no better, not succeeded. So always, always keep yourself focused and make a big, big difference in your business and in how much money you can actually make. So keep yourself focused on the prize, keep yourself focused on where you're going. But ultimately, you've got to take action that moves you forward. If you don't know where you're going, how do you know when you're going to get there? How do you know what action to take. So get yourself a plan, get yourself a business plan, get yourself some goals, know where you're going, know what you're doing, and take that action. It'll make a big difference. Yeah, if you were going out to visit your mother-in-law, you wouldn't just go out and drive randomly till you sort of hoped you got there. You'd know where you were going. You'd know you're driving from here to here. You'd know the route. And that's what you need in business. You've got to have that route. You need to know where you're going. You need to know how you're going to get there. But you've got to be flexible because things change and you never know. But you focus on your success and your goal and you'll get there, quite simply. And this program has been designed to help really teach you about how you can succeed online using very simple techniques that anyone can do. It's not difficult. You follow this plan and you'll find yourself making money. Simple as that. It really is. And that's why we've created this program for you.